We're still talking about when you are aggressive, when we are aggressive. And we agreed that even the most gentle person slips into this act of being aggressive at some point or the other. Please watch my last video when we started this conversation so you will see and be able to flow along in this one. In the last video, we described what being aggressive is. And like I said before, whether you call it misplaced or anything, it can still be minimized. You can avoid it because it doesn't add value. It emits toxicity into your community and is not good for all and sundry. Yes. So we went ahead in that video and we said that oftentimes we say that maybe he woke up from the wrong side of the bed, all kinds of excuses, and we try to rationalize. But we agreed that these things can actually be minimized and even avoided completely. For instance, when you say somebody is being aggressive or is showing some irritability, unwarranted one at that, does it do that to his or her benefactor? You see that he will quickly or she will quickly adjust and behave decently when interacting with his or her benefactor. Even at that point in time, simultaneously, he just got aggressive with somebody, and then almost immediately he's interacting with his or her benefactor and he's behaving decently and politely, not being aggressive. So you may want to wonder why. That brings me to the conclusion that most of the time, being aggressive could be selective or even targeted. Yes, if you're able to adjust and behave politely and you're not aggressive when you're interacting with your benefactor, especially when the stakes are high, then maybe, just maybe, we do this deliberately. Because in anyhow, you don't have anything to lose, so you can just walk over this one and behave anyhow you want. And that is the bone of contention. So, whether you are in the category of selective or in the category of targeted, please do not condone that act. Do not be that victim. What that means is that you can actually starve that act. You can. If you've been categorized under selective or targeted victims in the sense that the person being shown aggression or being impolite to or whatever, you can starve that act. You don't need to condone it or absorb it. And how do you do that? You can speak in a calm and even tone. You can be clear and assertive, politely and firmly communicate your boundaries. For instance, you are in an informal meeting, kind of, and you're still talking. You're still talking. You're deliberating on certain issues, and you're still talking, and somebody just rudely cuts in. That's an act of aggression. You can tell the person firmly, but not rude, because you don't want to get down to that level. I still have the floor, please. That is going to shock that aggressor, and everybody will turn to that aggressor, and he or she will know that he had overstepped his boundary and would shut up. Allow the person talking to continue with whatever he or she has to say. So you can ignore the aggressor completely. And that does not mean absorbing. It doesn't mean that you're absorbing whatever he or she has done. You just ignore. Ignore that person. And then you remember to keep your emotions in check. Guard it. Don't let anyone push you to be what you are not. Because nobody can actually push you and move you except you move. So don't give them that pleasure. So that's how to contain an aggressor and ensure to neutralize that act. You don't allow it to blossom. You starve it. So we have agreed that you speak in a calm and even tone. You are clear and assertive, politely and fairly in communicating your boundaries. You can ignore the act completely, not absorbing it, you are ignoring it, And then you should remember to keep and control, you're in control of your emotions. Don't allow them to push you. You cannot move except, nobody can move you except you move. Please remember that. So, someone argue that some get aggressive because they want attention. But I don't agree with that. You want to be visible. Yes, you can do so many things, beautiful things to get visible. Being visible, visibility is not the same thing as aggression. It's not the same thing as being aggressive. So I will not agree that you get aggressive so that you can get attention. No, I think we're getting it twisted. You earn visibility by doing something outstanding in a nice way, in a lovely way. You're doing something different, nice, stylish, and no. That's how you get visibility. That's how you get attention, not being aggressive. Again, we have gotten so used to some statements, and they no longer sound aggressive when we hear them. For example, there's an outing, you're in an outing, maybe a picnic or whatever, and somebody just stands up, a picnic or an outing like that, and somebody just stands up and says, I'm enjoying myself. I don't know about you. That's superfluous. You are enjoying yourself. You can ask the others, I hope you are too. That sounds friendly, sounds decent. You are making sense, you're communicating. But when you say, I don't know about you, I'm enjoying myself, I think that's excessive, it's aggressive, but like I said, we have taken it in, and it doesn't sound aggressive anymore when we hear such words. There's so many things that we hear like that, and maybe, like I said, I'll still come back to this, if I need to. But this one, at least, I know that is aggressive. However subtle it sounds, it's still aggressive. So we should visit what we say, however regular or common, and then excise, take out, expunge the aggressive or the ones tending towards aggression. We should stop saying them. We can actually bring in friendly words, words that are collaborative, cooperative, not, I don't know about you. No. Let's stop such statements, and don't let us hide behind jokes to be aggressive. Don't let us hide behind jokes. This is so important, and then, because like we said, aggression under whatever guise is not acceptable, especially when it's unprovoked. You actually sending in toxicity into your community anytime you engage in that act of being aggressive. I hope you remember that all the time. And for the aggrieved person, please check out. Oh, sorry, for the aggressive person, that person that is aggressive, please check out and be sincere. Be sincere. You're checking out, you're appraising yourself now. So you have to be very, very sincere to yourself. Are you nursing some ill feelings towards your selected or targeted victims? Maybe you are jealous, envious, it's rivalry, unhealthy competition. Check out. Just sit back and check it out. Are you envious of your targeted or selected victims? Is it envy? Are you into some kind of unhealthy competition? Is it rivalry? What exactly is wrong? Then number 2, are there unresolved or lingering matters of unmet expectations where you had expected certain reactions and the fellow had fallen short? And these are very frivolous, sometimes very frivolous events or things. Let me give an example. Two people are courting, they want to get married, serious relationship, and then somebody found the girlfriend, the fiancée, in a compromising situation with another man, and somehow the fiancé got to know about that, and everybody was waiting for the fiancé to react badly, most expecting that he would terminate that relationship. But somehow the fiancé and the fiancée were able to resolve it, and then they continued their relationship. In fact, they're planning their wedding, and you, a bystander, you just got angry. It's like being aggressive to the fiancé and the fiancée because they have not met your expectation of calling up that relationship. Such things I don't understand, but things happen. You'll be amazed the kind of expectations people are expecting. Expecting the person to abuse the other person and report back to them that you need to see how I showed it to him. I told him where I'm from, and then the person is not doing that. The person just said, oh, he has said sorry or she has said sorry and we are good now. And then you get angry and you start being aggressive. I think we should stop this, And then number 3, your basis is hearsay, what you heard. Some people told you something about another person, and on the basis of that, you have been aggressive. Then number 4, you don't want to be the one not showing aggression to the fellow. Maybe you're in a group or in a community, and then the general consensus, not written, there's a way bad ganging up or conspiracy solidify, and then you don't want to be the only one not being aggressive to that person. You're joining the crowd, the bandwagon. And then number 5, you yourself, you're struggling with certain internal contradictions. You may not know. Maybe you may need a professional to get that out for you and let you realize that you actually have some internal contradictions that you are contending with, that you are struggling with. And then the list is endless. But this 5, I think we should sit back, each and every one of us, and look at it again, one by one, and see where we're falling short. And where we cannot help ourselves as individuals, we should brace up and seek professional assistance, therapists, counselors, and things. Because like I said, whatever you do, you export into the community, micro, macro, and you're poisoning the community, which ought not to be. So please let us check and see how we can help ourselves. My candid advice is to make our community better. Ask questions, analyze, process responses and answers before you take a position. Cases of internal contradiction, not really, you know, like I said, if you cannot help yourself, please seek assistance, because some people would rather live the life of another person. They do not love who and what and how they are. They want to be somebody else. That's deep. It's deep seated. That kind would need professional assistance to get it rooted out, or to get it managed in a way that you would stop being toxic. So please do not take being aggressive lightly. If you notice a consistent pattern of you being aggressive, or someone else is kind enough to bring it to your attention, please don't shove it aside. Take time to attend and address it appropriately. Like I said, professional assistance if you cannot help yourself. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope to start another topic in my next video. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Like I said, my name is Christy. I hope I was able to introduce myself. God, I can't remember. And I'm so delighted. It's always my pleasure to welcome you to my channel. Thank you very much. Bye.